Hey guys, this is Tom Stewart from the Creatureworks Studios, and today we're going to organize fabric. So if you're like me, you have boxes, bags, and bins just filled with fabric. It's everywhere. When I'm visiting a town, I'll go to their fabric store, and if I see something I like, I will then buy it because I don't know when I'll see it ever again or if I might need it for a build later on. So when I get home, I'll then put that fabric or fur into a box, bag, or bin and then put it in storage. Now, the thing about that is if something comes up where I need fabric, I kind of have a mental inventory of how much I have and of what, but sometimes it's a pain in the butt because I have to then go through all the bins and try to find it. So hopefully today I will minimize all that work for myself because I've created what's called a fabric log. There's 2 logs per sheet, and hopefully this makes a binder of all the fabric that I have, and it's essentially a quick reference that I'll use to look at what fabrics that I do have and do own and where I can find them. So let me go through some of my bins and I'll start these sheets and let you know how it goes.
2 hours later.
So what I've done is I put the numbers 1 to as many as I've had for each bin. So I took the first bin and put number 1. I put it on the top of the bin as well on the side, and that way when I stack them up I can still read the side of the bin, so I don't have to take off all the bins to try to find the number bin. I then started going through each bin and take a sample of each piece of fabric and fur that I had. I just got a small little piece of fabric and then recorded it on my sheet for that piece. As each sheet is being completed, I then 3-hole punch it and put it into a binder. In my case, I've filled 3 binders, but as you go, you can just keep filling up the binders, and I get the binders at the dollar store, so they're very cheap. So with this quick log, I have the name of the fabric. That's important so that you can put the name of the fabric that you have. If you buy it from Puppet Pelts or another company, you could put the name of that actual fabric there, so you have that. Where I got it from, so if you got it from Puppet Pelts or you got it from Joanne Fabric, or here in Canada we have Fabricland, you could put that as well. Bin, so that's the bin it's going into. Right here is the square for the sample of the fabric to go onto. I'll just staple it on. Projects used, description of fabric, so it's just a quick description. 3-inch cocoa fur, that sort of thing. And then projects used, so I'll write down what I've used that piece of fabric for. And then quantity, so it's just a running quantity of how many that I have, how much I have of that. So this is one of the binders that I have, and as you can see, it's kind of disorganized in regards to fur. On some of the sheets you have fur and Antron fleece, but what you can do is you can have it so that you have sections. So one section could be fur, one section could be fleece, the other is like mouth plate material. And then that way, when you're looking, or each binder actually, you can have them in each binder. And then that way, when you're looking for that particular fabric or fur, you could then just grab the fur binder and go through the fur binder and find it that way. Now, I've tried other methods of organizing fabric. I've put stuff on wardrobe racks, I've put stuff on shelves, and it just becomes unruly. So I find keeping them in bins are a great idea. The first thing I did was I tried clear bins, and that way I could put fabric into those bins and hopefully can see what's in the bin and then take those out. But as you collect more and more and more and stack them, it becomes harder because you have to take the bin off, look, you're going to the back of the bins, you're trying to find what's in those bins, and you're better off just taking the whole bins off and searching through it. With the bins, the best thing is that they have a lid to them. So the big Rubbermaid bins are the best. They snap on, keep them stacked on top of each other. They keep out rodents and bugs and things like that. If you're storing them in a shed, I'm storing them here at my house downstairs, so I don't have to worry about that. But for those that are keeping them in sheds and garages, you might have to worry about that. Another good thing about the bins is they keep UV light out. So if you don't use bins and you're just stacking fabric on shelves or wherever, and it's right by a window and sun is beaming in on the fabric, it'll eventually fade that fabric. So that's one of the good things, is you're basically keeping it out of the sun. So this is my method that I've come up with after years of dealing with fabric, and the thing that works for me is just keeping them in bins, having it recorded in a binder, and being able to flip through and finding those pieces of fabric that I need for my job. Now, you might have a different system. If you do, awesome. Write it down in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like.
The Creature Works Studio.